Uh, Coach, let's go ahead and just start out. Quick thoughts on practice today, leading up to an off day tomorrow.
Good competitive day today. Kind of focus more on us more so than a opponent that we maybe see. So, kind of using these 3 days strategically to work on everything. That today they went hard, and we'll have a day off and kind of get back at it on Friday.
All right, Jeff, and it's all you. Go ahead.
All right. So you kind of just touched on it there. Without really knowing the opponent, what is like the primary message to the team this week, until you guys know on Thursday night?
Just the amount of energy and effort that we played with the other night can help sustain us through anything, no matter the opponent. Staying sharp within our details and our schemes, and understanding that it is important for us to hit shots, but also is important for us to kind of have that same pace, that same energy, and that same effort for the entirety of the game.
And then are you and the coaches kind of coming up with two separate game plans as far as like if Stewart's available versus if she's not?
Trying to figure out how to answer the question. Two separate game plans. I don't know if that. I mean, it involves kind of scheming, understanding that Ezzy is in that lineup and what that would entail. But I think we've been playing kind of without her, and so it's not necessarily game planning either way, but just kind of just working different like rotations, different lineups that we may or haven't really played with or seen, and that kind of is how we had to maneuver for the past two games. You throw Stewie in the mix, and she's able to kind of fill right in, but I think more so than working with her, working without her, just being cognizant of the lineups that we may see either way.
Cool. And then during this week of practice, have any one or two players really stood out with their effort and energy or anything like that?
Yes, Jordan has really stood out, and Kennedy Burke has really stood out. I think about Kennedy, and she wasn't here during training camp, so these days of practice really help her in a way of just kind of putting your body and your mind into the repetition of what we do. Jordan coming off of her injury and just having some time to practice, you see her explosiveness coming back. You see her, pace and all those things that were a little bit rusty for the past like few days. I think those are kind of sharpening up. So those two, not just because they're Bruins, but those two have had some really good days.
Awesome. And then overall, between the ups and the downs this season, would you say it's been more challenging than you would have expected as a first year head coach? Or, has everything like you feel is kind of come and you've been, I don't want to say that like not prepared or anything, but just like, I guess, has it been more challenging or you think, hey, I've handled all these challenges really well? How is your outlook on it?
Yeah, I mean, we've been thrown a lot of curveballs this
Mhm.
year. We talked about it all the time. What that road trip entailed, with some injuries, and I'm not going to front. It's hard, and it's not only because of the basketball, but the other stuff that comes with the responsibility of leading a team, being a head coach of a team. Um, I think that you asked me this question before, Jeff, about is it pressure and if there's grace in the fact that I'm new and we're supposed to win just because of who we are. And I think that now I'm kind of understanding your question that you asked me a while ago, because it's the expectation level here. It's to always kind of be at the top, and no grace and understanding, or not really caring about what we've been through. Honestly, it's my job is to get it done, and I think what has made it very rewarding for me is just the people, the team, and despite the ups and downs, my staff is amazing. The team has stayed the course. every day in practice. It's a joy for me to kind of coach and lead. And no matter what happens in the game, no matter what happens in the season, success for me isn't an arbitrary number. It is the ability to kind of impact the lives of those who I'm with every day. And that is going to kind of keep me sane than trying to kind of put numbers and things on the success. And so, yeah, it's tough. It's really tough, but I've enjoyed it all along the way. And the adversity only strengthens my character, our character. And the stuff that we've been through, I don't know if other teams have been through, but I've been through a lot. And this is just being battle tested is something it's kind of a testament to my whole life. And so this is easy for me as far as like what I've endured in my life, though it is hard. Does that make sense? I'm not saying it's not hard, but I face way more challenges in this. And so it's my job, and day to day I'm getting better and getting my feet more comfortable and things like that. But it's been tough.
Awesome. And then I think just last one for me that kind of goes into this. How has Coach Klopp been for you? Obviously, you know, very experienced. Do you go to him ever for like advice, or does he come to you or anything? Or I guess just how has he been in that support role for you this season?
Klopp has been great. Klopp is the ultimate team player, the ultimate partner. He's, going back to, our bubble experience, just, you know, being able to collaborate with him, pick his brain. Yeah, he's here every day. And so I have the opportunity to talk with him a lot about a lot of things. And we reminisce on a lot of things, his time coaching on other teams, his experiences as well. So Klopp has been amazing for me. He's my comfort. And obviously, he's been through a lot of things within this league as well. So, I would be not smart if I didn't use his knowledge to my advantage and just understanding what it takes to have longevity within this league.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Hey, thanks, Jeff. Kelly joined us a little bit late. Did you have any questions for Coach before I let her go?
Sorry, no, I did not.
No problem. Good. Just wanted to double check.
My computer's plugged in on the floor, hence why I look absurd right now.
No problem.
All right.
Thanks for joining us. We'll have Ezzy and Stephanie joining us here in a few minutes.
Jeff, why don't you kick us off with questions for the two of
them? Steph, first one's for you. From beginning all the way back in the trade from New York to here, and now that the regular season is over, how has this season played out for you versus maybe expectations?
Yeah, it's interesting. I guess coming in off the trade, I didn't even know. Obviously I wasn't guaranteed a spot on the team, so to be in a position where I was fighting to make the team, and now I feel like I'm an important player in the rotation. I guess it's good. Yeah, I think I really like the team. I really like the girls. So it's been an enjoyable experience for me.
That's good. And then as for you, in your second season here, what stands out the most during this regular season for you? Either the most memorable or like your personal favorite highlight?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think I have like one. I'd probably just say, obviously this year's different to my first year. Last year was in the bubble, so I think just being able to experience a normal WNBA season has been a pretty great experience, and just being able to do it with a team like Seattle and having teammates like Steph. Just I think we're a pretty great group to be around. So I think it's just been a highlight all year round.
And then just touching on that point that you just made, obviously it's playing in Everett instead of Seattle. But how has it been to kind of play in front of the Storm fans this year?
It's been a lot of fun. I think, especially our game against Phoenix the other day, we had a really, really big crowd. I think it was the biggest of the season so far. And sometimes crowds get you over the line, which is really important. So I'm looking forward to Sunday's game and just having the crowd out there. And I know it is in Everett, but the Seattle fans definitely make the effort to get down there and support us each game.
Definitely. And then what I guess for either of you, what has been the big kind of overall message for this week in practices leading up into the playoffs?
I think just finding that little bit extra. I think, playoff games are going to be tough. I haven't been in one, but Steph's obvious. I mean, sorry, I have. But against Phoenix, or whoever, sorry. Elimination, sorry, that's what I meant to say. But just finding that little bit extra at practice. So I think we're, doing scrimmages and drills just to get us ready and prepare us for that.
Yeah, so no worries. Yeah, so you touched on that about being a single elimination game. Did they kind of, do you guys have that sense like, hey, there's no messing around, right? Like we can't have a lackluster effort. Like we have to come with it all because it is win or go home.
Yeah, for sure. I think these last 3 days we've been really working on our game, our effort, the little things, and then we'll take tomorrow off and then come back and really hone in on our opposition and start doing the scout and figuring out all the little things that we need to do because they're important come playoffs, especially single elimination.
And then I think Coach kind of talked about just obviously since you guys haven't had Breanna Stewart the past couple of games where you guys have had to kind of play with different lineups, has this week kind of given you guys I guess more experience in these unique lineups that maybe you didn't see a whole lot of them during the regular season?
Yeah, I think especially the last couple of days at training, we've been really able to mess with the lineup, play different people with different people, and we've kind of figured out what works and what doesn't work a lot better. Whereas before, we didn't have that time to figure it out. It was kind of just throw it in and hope it works. But I think we're a bit more comfortable now with playing with different people and different lineups. And yeah, it's been good to have the time.
And for these games, this first round games on Thursday, is the team or any of the players from the team like planning to get together to watch it? Or is it just, hey, whoever wins, we'll find out and then we'll go from there?
I don't know. I don't think we've really spoken about it. I think we're kind of just seeing who wins and who our opponent's going to be. So, but yeah, it's going to be, I guess, exciting to see who we end up playing.
Definitely. I think that's it for me for today.
Awesome. Sounds good. And Kelly, I'm guessing you are just listening in. So we will go ahead and wrap things up now. Thanks, Ezzy and Steph, for joining us. And we'll see everybody on Friday.
Thanks.